We're talking about practice. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns, and we're still on Shedeur Sanders' watch. I got some more clips today, but the story is about the media, and it ran hot today.
You mean he hurt his chances that much? Why would they value the third game over the first game?
Riz, because you're supposed to improve with every appearance.
He played with the twos in the first game.
I'm not going to argue with him, all right? He had 5 series, and he went backwards on each of them.
Played with the threes, Tony. 4 of the 5 guys got waived the next day. That doesn't mean anything? That doesn't mean anything to you? Boy, it means something to you. It means something to you if Dillon Gabriel was the guy playing with the threes and they got waived the next day. That would mean something to you. Doesn't fit your narrative. Doesn't fit your narrative.
Narrative? I don't understand your emotional investment in Shedeur.
Tony, I'm rooting for the kid. Don't worry about what my investment is. Worry about what your investment is with your guy. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about why I like a guy. I think that kid can play better than Dillon Gabriel. I said it before the draft, and I'll stick to it. I think he got a raw deal here in Cleveland. End of story. That's how I feel. Don't tell me how to feel.
At which point will you admit, boy, was I wrong?
Tony, it might be 10 years down the road because both these guys are going to be backups, honestly.
I agree with you. I agree with that. But right now, Gabriel's better. Couldn't you see it? Didn't you guys watch
Tony.
the game?
Yeah, Tony, yes. You asked me why I'm rooting for Shedeur because I like him. I'm sorry he's famous. I'm sorry that you don't like famous people, even though you're the most famous guy in the world right now.
No, that's
okay.
Not
I don't know what you're thinking. I'm just telling you. Don't tell me who to like and who to root for.
The kid can play. The kid can play. That's one thing we've seen this year. That has been an answer. This guy can play. He can play with bad players around him. He can step it up with the twos. He shelled out in practice. May, June, July, August. Then you get to the preseason game. And the first one, he kills it. 2 touchdowns, drives it downfield multiple times. Looks good in the red zone. Good completion rate. And then that last time, he was off on some of those moments, but still, when you're coming up to the line of scrimmage and you got that bad talent around you that got waived the next day, what are you going to expect?
Approaching a huddle and you see these guys that's going to block for you, you don't have confidence to step up. The question should be, can we give Shedeur that same lineup and personnel that you gave Dillon Gabriel?
What are you going to expect if Dillon Gabriel had that? If Dillon Gabriel had that look? We did not get any looks of Shedeur Sanders with the ones. We did not get that. And I agree with what they were arguing about. I agree. Like, I kind of agree with both. But the thing is, like, they got to figure out what they got in these quarterbacks. You got 2 first-round picks next year. You had a whole series of training camp. You have one here that was projected to be a first-round pick by many. At the low end, the second, nobody had him going to the 5th. Nobody had him going to the 5th. There was some signs he was going to fall that people tried to call because rumors starting to leak out. But no one had him going to the 5th round in January, February. Nobody. And then we see him complete 70-80% of his passes day in and day out. Hardly ever any picks for months. Months. Playing with crappy players and maintenance guys. Equipment guys, whatever. You got to see what you have in your players. So now you got to wait and see if multiple injuries happen. See if that opportunity happens.
Somebody in that building does not think Shedeur is doing what he should be doing. I don't think people want to talk about it. I haven't heard anybody really bring it up. I understand where they drafted him. And I understand there is a narrative out there that the Browns want to prove they drafted Dillon Gabriel before Shedeur because he's better. Well, I want to see that during real games. And the conspiracy theories and the kid played with the 3. I'm going to let that all go. To be fair to Dillon Gabriel, who probably should be the backup right now. But if you're not going to give Shedeur a chance, let him go. Let him go. Are they just keeping him around for Sports Center hits and Stephen A's show and jersey sales? Or are they going to give this kid a chance to play?
And they're arguing about in the media. They need to see what they got. And you know the narrative. Oh, they drafted Shedeur in the 5th, Gabriel in the 3rd. They got to stick with it. The thing is, it didn't look like that. It didn't look like that for weeks. It didn't look like if it looked like that, like if Shedeur was throwing balls in the dirt, had a couple more picks here and there in practice, and it was looking like that, cool. This is over. This is done. It's not done. It's not done. Like, there's always some weird twist in the narrative here with the Browns. Like, you look at this and you're like, man, like, even on Gabriel's side, like, if you had more push in the competition, that pushes him to be better because he's got some good traits in his game. He's very accurate, poised in the pocket. Competition helps. It helps. You could be hurting 2 quarterbacks here, let alone 1, with these antics. Like, competition would help Gabriel. He kind of needs it. Like, he's not like a legit lock 3rd-round pick of a talent. He's just not. Like, they could have waited and got another quarterback later rounds and got something else in the 3rd round to help patch something else up. That's the thing about this. And now the wild card here, and we're starting to see the videos, is Deshaun Watson.
Did you see the latest Deshaun workout video?
Yes, I have. I actually put it in a story that I wrote about Deshaun 2 days ago, kind of outlining what is going on with him and what his situation is and what the outlook is with him. So he's coming along. I do know that Jimmy Haslam, Andrew Berry, and Kevin Stefanski all kind of stood and watched one of those workouts of Deshaun Watson the other day. They liked what they saw from him. They were very encouraged about what's happening with him from a health standpoint. He looks good. You would never know that he had re-torn Achilles surgery in January right now. He has to be on PUP for 4 more games. But once you start to get into late October, they're going to have to make a decision on Deshaun Watson. Do they think about activating him, or does he remain on PUP for the rest of the season? So this is going to be something to watch as we approach the trade deadline.
Well, I want to ask, how cognizant is everybody of maybe the fans? Because, we put up a poll and a lot of people voted, and now it's not the end-all be-all for crying out loud, but 86.9% of those polled asking, would you be open to Deshaun Watson starting another game for the Browns this season? 86.9% said no.
Well, would some of those fans say the same thing if they knew that perhaps they could get, and I don't know if they could get this, the version of Deshaun Watson that beat Baltimore in Baltimore a couple of years ago? If they got that guy, would they want him? Do they just not want the guy that they saw last year? Do they not want the guy that comes with the baggage? So it's kind of a nuanced conversation. If you could get the version of Deshaun Watson who could win football games for you, and I don't know if that version even exists anymore, but I will say that he does look pretty good in these workouts right now. If you could get a winning quarterback, and not that he would have a chance to even play, but if you get to the trade deadline and you like what you see from Dillon and somebody comes calling for Joe Flacco, do you maybe think about putting Deshaun back on the roster as your backup and let Dillon play out the season and Shedeur play out the season, but kind of keep him as that one play away guy? I think that, there's just a larger discussion here that is pretty complicated.
Deshaun Watson's working out. And the Browns are very intrigued with Deshaun Watson. Like, when's he going to come back? This and that. So what's the move when that happens? Like, are one of these young quarterbacks being in doubt? Are you going to know much about that? Are you going to deal Watson? What's the move with that? What's the move? You got so much money locked in, you can't move him. Nobody's interested in that. He hasn't proved anything. He's coming back from an injury. That's damaged goods. That's a brand new truck with the engine blown out. What are you going to do with that? And now you got 2 rookies, 2 first-round picks for a rookie next year if you don't like those rookies, and Joe Flacco and Deshaun Watson. What kind of mess is this? Like, what kind of mess is this? And we carried it along. I'm not even a Browns fan. Like, I didn't come in here, to this situation, rah-rah Shedeur either. I came in this situation to cover training camps for all the teams and give fantasy football analysis. Now, I see this play out, and I'm like, someone's got to call this stuff out and be down the line And I've been down the line because people who love Shedeur will get really mad with some stuff I say when I'm being very truthful about his play when it's not 100% good. But the thing is, he needs more practice. He needs more opportunity. Like, the speed of the game is very different from playing with 3s and 1s. Very different. And it's not like I'm asking for him to start. I'm asking for him to get a shot. I'm asking for him to get an opportunity in practice, and it never happened. Like, I'm the one here sitting here live tweeting, reading the live tweets of the beat writers, like having to sift through it so I can relay the news to you guys. And there was practices where they're doing 11 versus 11s, and I'm just waiting. I'm just sitting there waiting because I know you guys are waiting for my video drop, and you want to know, like, my opinion and what I'm hearing and seeing. And I watch these training camps with a strong eye and want to have some clips. So in today's batch of clips, I got today's clips. I got some Zappe in there. And then I got yesterday's, day before's, and some older ones from the last training camp practices. The thing about this, I'd be waiting forever. Like hour or so. And he comes in and gets like a series there. And that's it. It can't be that way. You're not developing. Like, you still got to develop him. He still had some issues coming out of Colorado that we got to fix or see what's under the hood. You got to see what's under the hood. You haven't seen what's under the hood with him. You drove him into the garage and you revved up the engine a little bit, but you don't know what's under the hood because you did not let him get the appropriate amount of time and reps. Like, for all you know, you got your franchise quarterback there. You may not, but you don't know. You'll never know. And then you got 2 first-round picks. You look at Arch Manning, he's going to look at you guys and say no. He's going to say, no, I'm going to stay at Texas. No way, Browns. That's why he's been in the middle in the media. That's why Arch has been saying, hey, he's not going out. Because he's looking at the Browns. He's looking at this. He ain't going to come out. And he hasn't even proved himself yet either. He's still got to get through Julian saying this weekend. That being said, you got other quarterbacks. You got battle first-rounders, LSU, Clemson. They're looking at you. Looking at you right now and hoping you don't draft them if you keep this up. They're looking at this right now. They're like, man, I hope I don't get drafted there. I hope I don't get drafted there. Even though you'll be the guy, you'll get the reps. And now Browns fans are watching this. Think about it. If you're in those quarterback shoes, you're going through the draft, you're watching what's going on with Shedeur here, him not getting the appropriate reps. Like, Gabriel got time with the 1s and all that stuff, time to prove himself, and he sucked in practice. Balls batted down, throwing picks, completing 20% of his passes, and he had to run like 3 practices in a row like that. I showed the clips, and you guys were like, oh my God, that's bad. Like, I showed him. I was like, here's the Gabriel clips. Here's that last practice. He was chucking around 70-80%. Here's the rest of them after that, the last 3. Let me know what you think. And you guys are in the comments. I didn't even say much. I didn't even rag on him that much because I knew I didn't have to. It was that bad. I didn't have to make fun of him that much. I didn't have to make fun of Shedeur that much. Like, if he was bad to where I could make fun of him, I would do either. Just keeping it real. I don't have to because he's been playing good. At least I'm going to be honest. Is there things he needs to button up? There's probably even more things that we can't even see because he's playing with these duds. That's the thing. There's probably more. There's probably more now. That's why it's hard for late round quarterbacks to move up. But, like, sure, he went 5th, but he's not 5th round talent. That's the thing about that. I mean, you even put Flacco in that situation. Behind 3s, 4s, scabs. Put him behind the scabs. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. I can understand why they're fired up. I can understand why they're going at it. We've been talking about this the whole time. And the media is saying the same things I'm saying. I'll say it differently because I'm not polished like the media. And you guys come to me because I'm not polished like the media. And it sounds better. And it's more real. I'm not going to hide it. If you guys want my prediction, I've said it before. I think that we're going to see all 3 of these quarterbacks unless something crazy happens. I don't think they're going to pull Zappe over them. That'd be ridiculous.
If they do elevate Bailey Zappe to emergency quarterback 3 and just what would happen to Shedeur? Where would he be?
He'd just be inactive.
Okay. If that's the plan, then just let the kid go. Or are you trying to still make money off his jersey? Do you see him as a football player, or do you see him as a marketing tool? That's what you need to decide. Because the people that want to see him football are getting really frustrated.
They're trying to sell tickets. I wouldn't be surprised they're trying to keep him around to sell jerseys. He's going to come in late in the season. Something's going to happen to Flacco. Either he's going to have a bad run of games. They're out of it. There's no weed to this. Or he gets hurt. Gabriel comes in. Within 2 games, he's out. Hurt or bad play. Not expect him to be good, turn things around. I think once they get off script, once we get deep into games, he's done. He's done. Shedeur Sanders is going to be coming in after that. And I see that being deep into the season. Browns might be out of it. Maybe they got Quinshon Judkins back and he's cooking. That's going to help him out a lot. Maybe Isaiah Bond's starting to cook. Some of these younger guys that they picked up, maybe Malachi Corley can help them out. The Yak King, maybe that could help. Maybe add some of these weapons in. Jerry Jeudy, Tillman, Njoku. Like, imagine him throwing the ball to those guys. Like, we don't know. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know. We don't have no stories or anything. No tall tales, no nothing. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video.